Back Row Ministry, the world permit, Mr. Moxley coming at you live and direct. For those that can find this, for those that might be searching, for those that might get lucky enough to see that I have posted another video, they have taken my channel down. And, you know, I really don't give a fuck. I'm not one to cry and kiss ass because it's not my platform. So, you know, other people, you know, got caught up in the thing that we talk about all the time, and that's dependence. And anytime you get caught in a dependent mentality, the slave master is able to kind of dictate what goes on. And there's a lot of people with content on YouTube who are dependent upon YouTube, who monetarily now, that's the only way for them. They never got a backup plan. They never got another route or alternative. They never really worked on creating their own platform. The minute somebody said create your own platform, they got afraid. So YouTube understands that, and they able to wield this invisible power. I say invisible power because I have the choice of not fucking with them. You know, it's something that I do for entertainment value. My whole life and livelihood is not thrown into YouTube, and I don't have to depend on them for, you know, my family being able to eat. And I'm not going to allow people to have that type of power over me. I'm gonna say what I have to say. You can turn me off. I'll find another way to say it, which I'm gonna do. So, you know, I'm not really bothered by YouTube at that extent. You know, but what does bother me is control of thought. And the idea that if you think, then you're a problem. And that's what we're headed into. We're into that ritual part where, you know, they're doing certain things to, you know, make sure that they are in a position, this being the elite, to be able to, in their mind, eradicate a populace of people. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. That time is coming. So we all know this, but, you know, it's our job as, you know, people who have, you know, knowledge of self, as we used to say, is to, you know, inform as many people as we can. Now, is everybody going to be woke? No. And, you know, even with the woke thing, you know, you got these fake people running around talking about their woke now. These fake stars. You know, they're all of a sudden proud to be black. Beyonce, the Jay-Z's, the people who back WAP, the girls performing WAP on stage, you know, things like this. Total fakery right now. Total impostery of the gods. You know, these individuals who claim to represent you, but down the road are going to sell you out. And you got to prepare for that part. As we move deeper into the ritual, you're going to start seeing more people of color placed in high positions and really used as a scapegoat. You got Kamala Harris, they're going to throw her in front of the border issue. You got the Secretary of Defense, he's going to be the guy thrown in the war issue. A lot of people of color now, because all of a sudden they care about you, but they really don't. They're putting you in that position, so when the blame comes, they can prepare the war for war. They got fingers to point at, and you know, you gotta see the game unfolding. And sometimes we're not willing to see the game unfolding for what it is, especially people of color, because, you know, our mentality is we deserve. We've been so oppressed, and the mentality is we are owed something, or we need to be given something. Not the mentality of gods or kings that we caused this problem. It's us as people of color to clean it up. But, you know, just allowing the elite to just yield the iron fist over top of your head and then act like they're doing you a favor and act like suddenly they give a fuck about you, which they don't. They don't care about you. They never have. So Black lives might matter today and won't be worth 50 cents tomorrow. But like we always said, Black lives have to matter to you, the individual. Your life has to matter to you, no matter what your color is. If your life does not matter to you, then what is your life worth? And you don't need any man to sit there and pat you on the back and tell you that you mean something and give you awards and give you reparations so you can feel like you mean something. No. You have to yourself feel like you mean something. It's a big battle for reparations. I don't want shit from the American government. I don't want shit from the American government. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. I don't want them to give me stuff and say, oh, I'm sorry. No. For what? For what? One part of history? Ye are gods. Ye are kings of the universe. I don't give a damn about this place. I want the universe. I want it all. And the American government can't give me that. Only the gods can. And the gods are coming. And I understand that, and I know that. This reality will change soon. Reality is just what you make it. It might be vision right now, but visions quickly change. Don't get caught up in the game of reality. Reality is illusion. If that's the case, Rome would still exist in the glory of Rome that it once did. Reality is just that illusion or that vision for that moment. The vision changes all the time. We got to remember that. Got to remember that as human beings. So, put out a lot of content. They wipe pretty much all the content, which, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to stop me. I'll find other platforms if I choose to. If not, you know, I got Reverb Nation. I got my music still. So my music is really the way that I'm going to start speaking moving forward. But it's been fun. It's been a fun ride, but I'm not an ass kisser. I'm not a beggar. Not gonna kiss anybody's ass, and like I told you too, you know, basically, if you're telling people that they can't put out factual information, then who's the bigger fraud, me or them? Because the medical professionals are telling people to lie about information that they're getting. So they're saying that social media is supposed to be to share information with other people, and that's not what it's about. Social media is where you only share what we want you to share. So we're still going to find a way to control the masses anywhere it go. And that's, you know, that's their prerogative. It's their platform. So like I said, I can't argue about their platform because it's not my platform. I can't argue about them knocking me off the platform because it's not my platform. So I don't beg, I don't scratch, and I'm not going to kiss ass. I never will. And I always tell people, don't be an ass kisser. But never get into a position where you're dependent on people to that level where they have control like that over you. Because once they know they have the control, they control what you say. That's what happened to Brother Rich. Brother Rich, every time he had Dr. Valentine on the show, they knock his channel off. And now, it's at the point now, he got to watch everything he fucking says. They control him, and he doesn't even see it. He's allowed them to, but you can't talk power to gods, but then go back to be the papa or the peasant. Can't do that, but you're allowing people to have total control over you. Build a platform. Stop being afraid. That's a problem with, you know, most people of color. We're so afraid. We're afraid of failing. Something is working, so we're afraid of walking away from it. And at some point, technology-wise, we got to start building our own platforms. Hey, this is my platform. You got the people. You don't need them. That young brother Ryan Leslie built him a platform for music, where he was able to just collect emails and be able to text out to his fans. He built that shit. Got with some other brothers. They made it happen. The platform exists for people who, you know, want to be in the music industry and want to learn how to build a fan base. I'm going to invest in it. And, you know, get involved in it. There's a lot of opportunity out there, but you can't be afraid. And they brought the brother on the Breakfast Club and had a conversation with him about, you know, why he walked away from the music business. Because I can have my own. I can build my own. I can do this. I now see I can do it without them. I can keep my own money. I don't have to be a slave. I don't have to be a slave. And for us, we love being slaves. We can't get out the slave mentality. And for us to get back to a godly existence, back to the existing kings, you got to kill that part of history. That part of history existed as a reminder of how quick and easy it is to be under the foot of another man. So, you know, understanding that, I'm not one to be under anybody's foot. I'm not one to be controlled. If you don't want me on your platform, it's your platform. What the fuck I'm gonna cry about? I was living life before your platform. I'll be living life after your platform. So, you know, it is what it is. I said what I said. I'm not taking back what I said because I said it. And I don't give a fuck about how people feel about it or how they feel about it, but it's my job to put out information. I'm the Mahdi. I must put out the information. And moving forward, don't ever let people tell you how to think or control your thoughts. You should be willing to die for your values. That's the thing of 1984. If you watch the movie 1984, he had the idea about values, but he was just as twisted as the society he was living in. So of course it was easy for them to break him, because he really didn't stand for anything anyway. He wanted to survive. It was all about survival. He wasn't taking food out of his own mother's mouth. He was all about survival in that film. My thing is about values. If I value what I'm saying and doing, that I should be willing to die for it. And that time is coming for people to make the choice. Are you willing to die for your beliefs? Are you willing to lose everything for your beliefs? And I am. Because I was born for that. I was bred for that. And I understand that. And maybe there's some sins I need to atone for. But I'm willing to die for my beliefs and die for my beliefs and what I stand for. And that's what your enemy needs to understand, that they're dealing with people who are willing to die. And we're not talking about mad bombing and all that crazy stuff. No, we're talking about being willing to speak up about things that are wrong, being willing to challenge the system. And they know that some of us exist. They know we exist. And that's the thing that they fear. Not a gang of folks that they see on YouTube. No, they fear a handful of people, because they know it doesn't take a billion folks to be problematic. It only take about 5 or 6. Empires were built on less and fewer people. And they know that. And that's what they look for. They look for that 5 or 6. That's the problem. Because those are the people they gotta be able to control. And if they can't control them, it's an issue. So no, you can't control me, YouTube. I really don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you and your platform. And Mr. Mahdi is going to continue to do and say what he says. Peace and hair grease. Everybody be safe.